Well, would you look at the time? It's September 3rd, 2022. Welcome back, folks. It's Brody. Thanks again for each and every one of you on 112 amazing Magic the Gathering fans and subscribers who love the game as much as I do. This is your host, Brody, bringing you another amazing video. A special shout out to all the Patreons, the free Treons, Smash Jackson, Garen Jotter, Dusty Cully, Murray Cooper, Coin Pomeroy, Tyler Friesen, Tyler Harrison, Kyle Mears, and the one and only MTG Moxman. Thanks again to you folks for tuning in, and for those of you tuning in on The Juice. The juice is in the house, and the house is in the juice. This is your host, Brody, here to bring you folks another amazing video. But I can't do that until me and my cousin Jimmy give this card a dishonorable mention. It was coming in way down at the bottom end of the reserve list. The last time we did this, Balduvian Hydra. Nobody cares about this card. Let's get right into it. Coming in at number 10 on our list, Mesmeric Trance. A card from Ice Age. This card costs you 2 blue and 1. It's $1.05 to get it into your collection, or €1.66. The Ice Age enchantment has a cumulative upkeep of 1. It says, pay a blue. Discard a card from your hand to draw a card. Magic overused can freeze the mind. Curiosity is more important than power. Zur the Enchanter. The Mesmeric Trance is an Ice Age card. It lets you loot. It's card selection. It's way at the bottom end of the reserve list. Nobody wants to play this card, but we do, so we're buying it. Which brings us to the next card on our list. Coming in at number 9 for creature type Wurm. The Warping Wurm from Mirage. $1.20 to get a copy of this card into your $1.20 to get a copy of this card into your collection, or €1.37. The 1/1 Wurm with phasing says, during your upkeep, pay a blue, a green, and 2, or Warping Wurm phases out. When Warping Wurm phases in, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Even worms start out small. Brody's been saying this for a long time. Phasing is coming back, and we're seeing it again, starting again in Dominaria. Warping Wurm is way at the bottom end of the reserve list. Warping Wurm is way down at the bottom end of the reserve list, coming in at number 9. So we're buying it. Which brings us to the next card on our list. Yet another card with phasing. Ertai's Familiar. For $1.92, you can get a copy of this illusion into your collection, or €1.67. The 2/2 with phasing says, if Ertai's Familiar leaves play, put the top 3 cards of your library into your graveyard. What? This seems great. Pay 1 blue. Ertai's Familiar cannot phase out until the beginning of your next upkeep. So when it phases in, it does shenanigans. It puts 3 cards into the bin, and you can pay a blue. You can play a blue, so it's impervious to phasing. This card's coming in at the bottom end of the reserve list, so we're buying it. Which brings us to the next card on our list, and this card is an amazing card. I'm super stoked to bring you folks this card. Coming in at number 7, this card should be a little higher up on the list if you're asking Brody Alfonso. Heart of Bogardan. This card is $1.93 to get into your collection, or €1.28. And a powerful enchantment from the Weatherlight. Block the cost of 2 red and 2. It says the cumulative upkeep of 2. If Heart of Bogardan's cumulative upkeep cost is not paid, Heart of Bogardan deals damage equal to its last paid cumulative upkeep to target player and each creature he or she controls. What? This card has an upside to not paying its cumulative upkeep. I haven't seen another card with cumulative upkeep quite as busted as this card. So if you don't pay anything into it, it doesn't deal any damage to players or any creatures they control on the battlefield. But as soon as you start paying into its cumulative upkeep, the Heart of Bogardan keeps on beating. Turn and turn again. And it should be just a little higher on the list, but it's way down at the bottom end of the reserve list. Nobody wants to play with the Heart of Bogardan, but we do, so we're buying it. Which brings us to the next card on our list. Guiding us down Brody Alfonso's bottom 10 reserve list is the Guiding Spirit from Visions. This is actually an angel creature type. The Guiding Spirit is $3.07. to get a copy into your collection, or €1, 70 cent. A flying 1/2 that says tap. If the top card of target player's graveyard is a creature card, put that card on the top of that player's library. So in formats where graveyard order matters, this card is super relevant. Not only can you prevent your opponents from reanimating the top creature card of their graveyard, you can use it to get your stuff back from the bin and put it back on top of your deck to draw it and play it again. This card becomes good again and again. The more it sees time on the battlefield, especially in Commander, and it's way down at the bottom end of the reserve list. The Guiding Spirit deserves a home in our collection, so we're buying it. Which brings us to the next card on our list. Another enchantment card. Another enchantment card from Ice Age. Mudslide. This card is $3.14 to get a copy into your collection, or €4, 11 cent. Not only is it a refreshing drink on a hot summer day, the Mudslide is an enchantment that costs 1 red and 2 that says creatures without flying do not untap during their controller's untap phase. At the beginning of their upkeep, that creature's controller may pay an additional 2 per creature to untap the creature without flying he or she controls. So this is great if you're the dragon deck playing creatures with flying. If it's your opponent's turn and he's got creatures on the battlefield that are small, he wants to untap them, this is going to cost a whole lot of mana. Nobody wants to party with a Mudslide, but we do, so we're buying it. Which brings us to the next card on our list. Let's count them down, folks. Coming in at number 4. This is what got me the last time. Coming in at number 4 is 3 Wishes. For $3.79, you can get a copy of this into your collection. It'll cost you €3, 96 cent to pay 2 blue and 1 to take the top 3 cards of your library, look at them, and set them aside face down. And you may play those cards as though they were in your hand. At the beginning of your next turn, bury any of those cards not played. Well, this card speaks for itself. If you've got Baral, Chief of Compliance, where instants cost 1 less, this card just gets even better. It's instant speed, it manipulates the top 3, it's almost a brainstorm or even better. But it's way down at the bottom end of the reserve list, in the number 4 slot where no one cares about it. Nobody wants 3 Wishes, but we certainly do. So we're buying it. Which brings us to the next card, the number 3 card on our list. We are poised to bring you folks this card. Like I say, folks, phasing is coming back, and this card we are poised to bring you in the number 3 spot is Equipoise. Say it with me. $4.30 will get you a copy of this into your collection, or €4, 81 cent. From Visions, the enchantment card costs 1 white and 2 during your upkeep. For each land target player controls in excess of the number of lands you control, target land he or she controls phases out. Repeat this process for artifacts and then for creatures. What? This card is overpowered. It's an enchantment like balance that basically levels the playing field of your opponents and makes them phase their creatures and permanents out. If they have more than you, if you can somehow phase your stuff out, then this checks the board and makes them phase a lot of their stuff out. This card is awesome, and it's way down at the bottom end of the reserve list. Nobody wants to play this card, but we do, so we're buying it. Which brings us to the next card on our list, the number 2 card. Man, this card I'm excited about. I am excited about this card. Coming in at number 2, an instant speed card, the Lure of Prey from Mirage. A green card from Mirage that costs $4.83 to get a copy of the Lure of Prey into your collection, or €4, 67 cent. The Lure of Prey has got a condition on it similar to the Seed Time card, where you can only cast it if opponents cast a blue spell, but this one says you can only cast it if your opponent successfully casts a creature spell this turn. If an opponent successfully casts a creature spell, you can lure them into playing this card. For 2 green and 2, put a green summon card from your hand directly into play as though it were just played. Can we think of any green creatures that we want to just go and get and put onto the battlefield? Can I say Primeval Titan? It comes with lands when you go and get it. Lure of Prey lets you put it onto the battlefield in your opponent's turn and then untap with it during your turn and swing for more. The Lure of Prey is an amazing card in green from the Mirage block, and it's way down to the bottom end of the reserve list, and nobody wants to play with it, but we do. So we're buying it. Which brings us to the number 1 card on our list this week, and I'm stoked because there's a creature at the number 1 spot this week again. Lichenthrope from Visions. This card, it's got me thinking about the Ozlith again, and the more I go down the reserve list in consideration with the new sets that are coming out, the Ozlith and sets that have just come out, this card just makes me think about all the shenanigans that we can do with counters. For $1.59, we can get a copy of Lichenthrope into the collection, or €1.47. The Visions 5/5 costs 2 green and 3, and it says, for each 1 damage dealt to Lichenthrope, put a -1/-1 counter on it instead. During your upkeep, remove one of these -1/-1 counters from Lichenthrope. So it gets counters put on it, then you get to remove them. If you can somehow deal a lot of damage all the way around the board, like 13 at a time somehow, this card would get 13 counters, die, and then they'd all go on to the Ozlith, and then you could distribute them any way you choose onto another creature. I can't stop thinking about all the amazing ways to put excess number of counters on the Lichenthrope. That's why it's sitting at the number 1 spot on our list this week. Which brings us to, this is the part of the video where I got to thank each and every one of you amazing 112 subscribers and fans of Magic the Gathering who love the game as much as I do. Smash Jackson, Garen Jotter, Dusty Cully, Murray Cooper, Coin Pomeroy, Tyler Friesen, Tyler Harrison, Kyle Mears, Earl of Drummer, and the one and only MTG Moxman. We will be bringing you more amazing videos going into the future, setting up some things pre-MTG 30. We look forward to hearing from you folks in the comment section below. Thanks a lot for helping Brody Alfonso spread peace, love, and Magic the Gathering to the universe. Have another amazing weekend. Talk to you again real soon. And here's looking at you, Lichenthrope. Looks like he needs a haircut.